Outlaw, macho, drive-in.
To discuss.
I think one person who they might have brought down in that time period,
Corino.
instead of putting him in 3MB, Drew McIntyre, they might have brought him down to it.
Yeah, that would have been
Yeah.
good.
Good shout.
Yeah, if you're gonna get someone from the originals, I think they would have like reached out for Steve Corino or
Yeah, I think Steve Corino would have been better for that direction, making more like in the NXT style. Corino or Jerry Lynn.
yeah, and they still had Dreamer then, but
Yeah, they still had Dreamer at that point. I'd say. Trying to think of other stars around that time period. Another guy who actually probably, honestly, this guy would have been ECW champion. Del Rio probably would have been in ECW at one point.
Don't turn green, Pete. Don't turn green on us.
yeah.
He would have been a guy. He actually might have been the guy to dethrone Tyson Kidd, maybe.
Yeah.
Have him
Lex,
in it.
Lex Luger would have been a good legend to bring back for ECW. Now we're just
Lex Luger versus Del Rio. Yeah, that would have gone down well.
Lex Luger versus Del Rio in a women's tag team turmoil match. That's
Well, speaking of women, I believe they didn't have too much.
I love speaking of women.
I know, but I think ECW would be a good fit for Paige to come up.
Oh yeah, well yeah, especially with if we're connecting the bridge between ECW and Sci-Fi and NXT, but with like Seth Rollins, I think that would have been a
Paige
definite
would have
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, in that perfect world, maybe they don't introduce an ECW Women's Championship until around the time that Paige was there, and then the tournament plays out.
Or even have the season 3 NXT cast.
Yeah.
A couple of them maybe like
So you
AJ Lee be the first ECW
So you could have
champion.
AJ Lee become the first ECW champion, because at that point, let's say that the reins are still kind of off. They're still, have their own bookers and this stuff, so you could say AJ Lee would have that push first.
Yeah. But the anti-diva thing will fit for ECW and stuff like that.
Yes.
Which is a damn shame. Because I think since that she's the only one that was
honestly, you know who they
anti-diva.
They might have had up in this. You might laugh at this, but this is a legit thing if you think about WWE wanting a person to have accolades.
Is it a female wrestler?
It's a male wrestler.
Okay. Because I'm thinking Joe's favorite diva.
There's a person who she probably would have been also. She was in NXT. But at this point, if NXT was just ECW, and they were still bringing people in, they wanted this guy to have an accolade that would match the Big Show's accolade. John Cena, honestly, they might have brought in just to win the ECW championship.
Oh,
If you
John
think
Cena.
about it, yeah.
Okay. Funny enough, I was thinking if they really wanted to help the ratings, this is before them, we do the NXT thing. I wouldn't mind having Cena show up. He didn't have to wrestle, but he could just show up and stuff like that. But
what they could have.
It would have worked.
I would have liked it to be like in the 2012 NXT format. Like, you remember Chris Jericho went down for just the one match with Bray. John Cena appeared. Stuff.
I like that idea. But go ahead, Matthew.
No. Let's move on from Cena. Then I'm gonna
Yeah, I just want to say that would be a good idea, but I will do that when Cena is part-time. So
the way I was thinking in my head was You have Del Rio as the ECW champion. Del Rio thinks he's above ECW, so he pops up on Raw or SmackDown as ECW champion. John Cena beats him
Accepts
for
an
the
open
title on
challenge.
that show.
Yeah.
And Cena then sets up open challenges on ECW, and after say 4 weeks of defeating people, he drops the belt to somebody, and that builds that person up as a huge champion because they defeated John Cena for the ECW title. This would have been like a 1-month run for Cena down there because he took the belt from Del Rio because Del Rio was showing disrespect
that's
to
a
the
good
title belt.
that's a good way. I would give it to even 2 months until John Cena builds up to a big pay-per-view match, which he wins, and then loses it on the next TCW, and then loses it on the next TCW in another open challenge. So a guy comes out of nowhere and just accepts and then wins. And
Yeah.
and it would be Sami Zayn.
Could have been. I was gonna say Seth Rollins.
We're still talking about back then that era.
Yes. That's to me. That's when Cena wins. Is like 2011, 2012.
I would give it to Neville. That's how Neville debut. Like that.
Beating Cena
not
for the
debut,
ECW title.
but not as a debut though.
As
like
a
Neville-
What do
debut.
you mean? No, not when I say debut, not Dave debut, but this is like Neville. This
is Neville's arrival.
This is
this is
yes,
This is him being made.
yeah.
What was your next?
Thank you for joining us on the Outlaw Macho Drive-In. If you like that video, please click like and subscribe to our channel for more content from the Drive-In. For full episodes of our podcast, you may look us up on Anchor, Spotify, or wherever your favorite podcasts are available. Just search for Outlaw Macho Drive-In. And if it's not too much trouble, would you help us out here? Spread the word, share. We would really appreciate it. Thank you. We love you. Bye.